Welcome everyone. Thank you so much for joining in. So looking at this Bitcoin price action, you can see we actually did talk about this scenario here. Since the price was approaching our final destination of 28,600 price level, we have to be very careful because in many cases, price reaching the R3 of this CPR line, it has actually showed some pullback scenario. And this is exactly what I showed you on my previous video. And now if we look at this price movement, is this an actual pullback? I mean, is the price of Bitcoin now going to continue lower towards our R2 price level, or are we going to see a breakout before seeing any sort of a price pullback? Because if we monitor this price movement here in 4-hour time frame, this movement here does makes a very nice symmetrical triangle scenario, because if this is going to be a symmetrical triangle right now, then this candle here, which is trying to break out of this upper line of the symmetrical triangle, is indicating, hey, if the volume here to the downside is going to confirm that, this is going to be a breakout scenario. If the volume is not going to confirm, it's going to be a fake out, no doubt about that. Because if this movement here continues further, then we are actually going to look this price structure here exactly around 28,600 to 29,000 price level if this symmetrical triangle breakout is going to play out. But if this is going to act as a fake out, if this is not going to be a proper breakout scenario and more like a downward scenario, guys, then what we can do is we can measure the length similarly. Higher point till the lower point, this is how we measure the length. And if we are going to see any sort of a pullback, then we could also see to the downside, this R2 line is exactly around this 24,200 price level, which is also going to be a target area if this is going to turn out as a fake out. So if we say, hey, this is not a symmetrical triangle, it's more like a descending triangle. This descending triangle is actually a bearish scenario. But if we look at this in a similar way, just like with the symmetrical triangle, if the downside is going to pan out, then as you can see, we are going to come around this 24,500 to 24,200 price level. So this is the downward target level, what I am actually focusing on right now. And to the upside, as I've already showed you, this 28,600 to 29,000 is going to be our upwards target area. So this is what I see right now for Bitcoin unfolding in 4-hour time frame. And if we look at this price action in a bit different way, guys, you can see this Fibonacci retracement level right now is actually playing out as a very important support and resistance level for Bitcoin. Because if we monitor this price movement here and look at this 0.414 Fibonacci retracement level and this 0.1272 level, you can see exactly price after reaching around this Fibonacci retracement level, we had a really strong rejection, but once we were able to break out it, we had this massive move here in an upper direction. We came exactly at this 1.414 Fibonacci retracement level. We did found some rejection and also this big move to the upside, but the same Fibonacci retracement level is actually acting as a support for Bitcoin in the daily time frame. You can see that very clearly here right now, right? So guys, what kind of information can we gather from here? Because if I include the CPR along with this Fibonacci retracement, we can see the target here to the upside is our 28,600 till 29,000 according to the symmetrical triangle breakout. But we have to take one thing into consideration, that if this is going to be any sort of a price pullback, then this line here, this Fibonacci retracement level, if you look to the downside, you can see exactly at that price level, we also have this R2 line, this green line, 24,200 is also exactly at this price level. So now, along with this Fibonacci retracement and the CPR, is going to be a very strong support. The 1.272 Fibonacci retracement level is a one hell of a support for Bitcoin right now. To the upside, this 1414 is where we are holding it, and if we are going to see a breakout, 28,600 to 29,000 is going to be our current price target level. And also, if we include the same price structure along with the parabolic curve scenario, which I talked in my previous video, guys, this parabolic curve scenario for Bitcoin in a daily time frame, as I've already showed you guys with different example on my previous video as well, right? This move here, this base 4 is where we are right now. After this point here, after reaching this base 3 point, according to this parabolic curve scenario, price would show some impulsive move. I mean, the price of Bitcoin is going to double in a shorter time period. And this is exactly what we are witnessing right now. And since we have almost reached the base 4 area, after base 4 area, in many cases, the price of Bitcoin would show reversal. I mean, a price pullback. But even if this is going to be the final move, then we could also go a bit higher around this 29,000 or even 30,000 before seeing actual pullback according to this parabolic curve scenario. Because after base 4, there has been a move here to the upside and then a price pullback around this base 3 area. So if that's going to pan out, I mean, if this scenario is going to pan out as a parabolic curve scenario, the price of Bitcoin is in a very critical area right now. I'm not saying that the price is going to completely like collapse or like it's a very bearish scenario. I'm just saying you that this here was a very impulsive move, and after this kind of impulsive move, you also have to be ready to see some sort of price retracement, and that's absolutely normal in this kind of price movement, guys. And also, if you look at the Ethereum Bitcoin chart, this here is an Ethereum Bitcoin chart in a daily time frame. If you monitor this price movement, you can see right now it's more likely a consolidation phase, not a move like this massive move here or pullback. We are more likely heading in a sideways direction. So if we are going to look at this with the help of parallel channel, right, you can see we are more likely heading in a parallel channel because this upper line is acting as a resistance, as we can see here, right? But one thing what could be playing out is also this here, guys, inverse head and shoulder scenario, because if that is going to be the case, you can see right now where we are finding support is a very important area, because that's this left shoulder price range. So if that's going to be the case, I mean, if this is going to be a scenario, then we should be aware that right now this move here to the upside could also be playing out for Ether Bitcoin chart. This means the Ether price could see some massive move in the coming days if this is going to pan out as a right shoulder. And also, if you look here, the head and the left shoulder, this looks like an inverse head and shoulder, which is heading towards the neckline area. So this here, right, is our neckline area. If this is going to continue, you can see here, the price of Ether looks like in a very impulsive move right now, because if this is going to play out, as a right shoulder, what we can do, we can take this parallel channel and look at this in a bit different way, right? This is an descending channel. So if you look at this price structure, this descending channel, right now, since the price has got a really nice bounce here, because we know there is also a right shoulder from this inverse head and shoulder. So if this is going to continue, you can see the previous key level structures are like this here, guys, because you can see resistance, support, right? Support. Now this could be a resistance and also support. Similarly here, you can see resistance along with the upper line of this descending channel. So if we are going to break out of this, this could be a very nice indication that now maybe this could actually pan out as a right shoulder. And also, if you look at this Ether chart right now, if we look at this Ether USD chart in a 4-hour time frame, you can see, guys, on my previous video we talked about this breakout scenario, and this breakout happened exactly like what we expected. I said to you guys, hey, this move here to the upside, we could see a pullback, and along with that gave you this wonderful support, which previously, this trend line which previously has acted as a resistance, and now since here this was a support, and I said to you, hey, along with this upper line, this could be another strong support before this move here, this massive move here to the upside. And this is exactly what happened with the price action of Ether. And I also said, hey, if this is not going to be the case, then after price breaking the previous high structure, we could see another massive move here to the upside. And this is also happened exactly like what we talked about on my previous video. If you have taken long anywhere around here, guys, this would have been almost like 18.61% price gain. This wonderful move, or like from here, from where the price actually broke the previous high structure, which is still around 11% price move. So that is actually a very nice price structure. So now, since the price is also clearly heading to the upside, what we can do is we can take this previous key level to see where we could be finding another support for Ether, because right now this here acted as a support area, and now to the upside, you can see, guys, this price movement again breaking the previous high structure could pan out as another bullish move here in an upper direction. So the end destination for this target for me would be somewhere around this 800 before the end of this year. So let's see how this one is also going to pan out. So this is what I actually wanted to share with you into this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If that's the case, hit the like button, and also if you're watching this for the first time, hit the subscribe button and the bell. So by saying this, I'm signing out. My name is Anup. Bye bye, guys.